This is Unbeatable, a stylish as hell rhythm game where music's illegal and you do crimes. The gameplay is split up by moments of story and exploration, and I've been absolutely obsessed with it since the first demo released. I found out about it a few months ago while working on the A Nightmare Strip video, as some of the staff are working on this game too. D-Cell Games did a Kickstarter recently, and it got like 5 times more than the initial goal, with a lot of hype surrounding a game, and they're doing another Kickstarter, so it's going to get even more than that. I've been really excited to talk about it, but I've been quite busy recently with school and sorting out some personal issues, but I've now graduated secondary school, moving on to uni to do computer nerd stuff, and I'm on track to fixing those issues, so things are looking quite good. So, you play as Beat, who's the singer in a band with a bunch of her friends. She's late to practice, a few hours late, but the game starts with her just outside of the garage that they play in. You can jump and move around to interact with your surroundings to see what Beat has to say about it, and you get a good idea of her personality through her comments. It's also pretty entertaining to pick the more odd dialogue options just to see what happens. The band is a little frustrated at her poor time management, but most of them don't really mind. I'll talk about this story section in detail later, as I'd like to get into the gameplay first. You're asked how confident you are at playing the first song, which is a sneaky way for the game to pick the right difficulty for you. Now, normally a tutorial or opening like this would be a bit slow or maybe even a bit boring as the game explains how everything works, but that's definitely not the case here. The game, as you can see, really pops off with the visuals here, making for one attention-grabbing introduction. The characters turn into bold colors contrasting off with a dark background that has the credits with all the developers and the people working on it, and the guitars, drums, and vocals just going ham. This section works incredibly well as a tutorial, as the game will pause to tell you the controls and how to deal with the different types of enemies coming at you if you mess up. Unbeatable, like most high-quality rhythm games, is really easy to understand on paper. Notes come at you, you hit the high or low button to hit the note depending on what lane it's on. 6 types of notes that need to be dealt with to keep your combo and stay playing. There is regular basic notes that you just hit, notes that need to be held down, blue dudes that jump between the 2 lanes, spikes that are avoided by swapping lanes, small pink guys that can be hit by high and lows, and big pink guys where you just mash the keys for extra points. Or at least it's meant to give extra points, but it doesn't right now, and I don't know why. Where it starts to get interesting and exhilarating to play is when these mechanics get quickly launched at you at higher difficulties. Holding a note in one lane while hitting regular notes on the other, the camera can center on Beat, and now you've got 4 lanes to worry about, but it's still just 2 buttons. Swapping from holding a note one lane to the other, whilst also avoiding spikes and hitting regular notes without dropping the combo can get real challenging, but oh my god, it's addictive. Like, I played the song Waiting on the hardest difficulty like 30 million times because I, really like the song, but also to get a play where I don't drop the combo, but I just kept failing, but it almost always feels fair due to the clean anime art style keeping everything readable, even with the many filters and complex camera movements going all over the place, which adds that extra punchiness to the gameplay. You hit a note, you fucking feel it. And the more distracting effects can be turned off individually, which is great for those who find it a bit too much. Of course, what would a rhythm game be without its soundtrack? Rachel Lake is at the forefront of the music, with her vocals giving the songs life. From the more rock-heavy tunes to the slower and camera stuff, she always manages to deliver. The instruments are done by Peak Divide, an anime-inspired rock band with an energetic style, and they're incredible. When it all comes together, it's so good, with stuff like this. Together, they've managed to make a soundtrack that has instantly gone to my playlist and is stuck in my head. As someone who has a playlist that's full of video game OSTs, rock songs, and whatever funky crap I managed to find randomly on YouTube, this stuff fits my personal taste perfectly. You've got insane guitar solos, Interesting vocals I'll talk about later, and some real nice synths. I don't know enough about music to really explain how most of the songs sound like J-rock, maybe? I don't know. Like, a lot of the comments say, oh, this sounds like it's from an anime, or it's like an anime opening, and I do agree with that, but I don't know why. I would have loved to have a section here like, breaking it down and explaining it, but it's not a topic I'm knowledgeable on at all. So if somebody knows why, please let me know. Just like the music, the visuals are also real good. The screen really pops with the many colorful effects from hitting the notes, high contrast UI and text oozing with style, and the faint glow around the brighter elements give it a sort of nostalgic warmth, mimicking the imperfections of 90s anime and VHS. The character designs and animations are fantastic too. You can get a good idea of their personality just from their idle poses. Like Beat looks moody with her hands in her pocket, Clef's tapping her foot ready to go, and Treble's got that carefree sway going on. Oh, and of course all their names are musical terms, why wouldn't it be? The first story section introduces these characters and their dynamics super well in just one conversation. Clef's the overenthusiastic drummer who's so loud that her shouts go out of the text box, which does look a tad jank but is pretty funny. Contrasted with Treble, whose lacks personality, is shown through his missing punctuation, which is a pretty cool way to convey that. Seeing his text box get covered and cut off by the others speaking is pretty funny too, and makes it seem more like a casual conversation. And then there's Quaver, who is Beat's close friend, as she actively helps her out during gameplay. If Beat is occupied hitting or holding a note, Quaver will pop up and hit the note with her guitar. It's really cool to see how they've incorporated the band members into the gameplay like that. And of course the rebellious Beat. She's got a lot of personal struggles going on, as before and after every main song, you're shown a memory and get to see her thoughts about it. Stuff like her issues with growing up, frustrations in not learning music quick enough, and time management. And the cool thing is that it gives context to the lyrics of the song, and you learn more about her since she's the singer of the band. Like, listen to this.
Number 1 victory royale, yeah, Fortnite, we bout.
How did Rachel Lake's cover of Chug Jug With You get in here? Anyway, it's a nice way of combining the story with the gameplay. There's also some crossover songs with other indie games, which is really cool to see. 2 songs from Noise Starlight, which is still in development, and one of the songs from Unbeatable is only in Rhythm Doctor right now. I bought it specifically to get footage for this section where I was going to talk about the song only, but I found out that Rhythm Doctor is genuinely a must-play rhythm game. I don't think I'll make a full video on it as my backlog is stupidly big right now, so I'ma quickly just do it here. Sorry, have to. Lots of bangers, creative beat maps, a fun story, amazing custom levels, the community is mental, and the Unbeatable crossover is amazing, and I can't wait to see how the Rhythm Doctor song will be implemented in the next update.
Ready, get, set, go!
The game is good and all, but I think one reason that the Kickstarter did so well is due to that trailer. It explains the whole game with its own unique style quickly, and it's all edited together really well. It's one thing to develop a game, but you have to be good at telling people how much your game rocks too. I liked it so much I took a few notes, and I really want to try replicating some effects in that video. So the version I've been looking at is White Label Episode 1, a side story and demo to the full game, which will be out eventually. With the money, they'll be able to develop more of the game and get a publisher to secure funding, because games are expensive as hell to make. Oh, and we'll get online multiplayer and a beats map editor for custom songs when the full game comes out, since they got that money. So why did I write money? Fucking that's staying in, which sounds really sick. But I have no doubt in my mind that this project's going to do super well once the full game releases. Hell, it managed to do stupidly well now with overwhelmingly positive on a demo. I believe that D-Cell games have something truly special here, as I don't really have anything notable to criticize, and I've just been gushing about it this whole time. Trust me, I've tried to look through, there's nothing except really minor stuff I can really point out. And I mean, they were at the Summer Games Fest stream in front of thousands, millions of people, and I was just ecstatic to see it on such a popular stream getting the spotlight it deserves. And like, fucking, I take a breather. I'm just happy to see a demo I really enjoy reach a huge audience like that. It's stylish, interesting, and has rekindled my interest in rhythm games.